Have you ever noticed that some organizations seem to do a better job at attracting amazing people? Well, it's true. There are organizations out there like that, and it's actually not an accident. A few years ago, we began to try and figure out how to attract more top talent. That's the language we use. And so I'll confess to you, my first reflex was to go out and find some existing research that we might purchase and then share those findings with our organization. Well, much to my surprise, there really wasn't anything out there. I mean, there's some blog posts, don't get me wrong. A lot of people have written blog posts on this topic, but we couldn't find any data. And so I started calling all of the global HR firms, and they said nobody has ever conducted research on what attracts top talent. The research in this field has focused almost exclusively on what attracts leaders. I said, okay, well, I know there's research out there on that, but what attracts top talent? The high caliber A player, the person you'd hate to lose, right? As an entry-level person, what attracts those folks to the workplace? And so I started calling all these organizations, and then I started calling universities. Then I called my buddy Marcus Buckingham, who's one of the thought leaders in this field. They all said the same thing. They said nobody has ever researched what attracts top talent. I said, why not? They said, well, it's time consuming, it's really hard to do, and it's really expensive. I said, yeah, but it seems like something we need to know. Maybe other people need to know that too. So we commissioned what we believe to be the first ever study on what attracts top talent. Again, I won't bore you with all the details, but there's good news. We discovered that top talent wants three things. One, they want a better boss. Now you may be thinking, doesn't everybody want a better boss? Well, sure, everybody wants a better boss, but for top talent, it's a condition of employment. Typical talent, they'll work for anybody, they'll just complain about their boss. Top talent will leave if they aren't well led. The second thing top talent wants is a brighter future. Now you say, well, doesn't everybody want a brighter future? Well, stay with me here. Typical talent, their definition of the future is Friday. Top talent has an elongated time horizon. They actually walk into a job interview with a different set of questions. They're asking things such as, how will I learn? How will I grow? How will this prepare me for a brighter future? So top talent really has a future bias. And the third thing that top talent wants, different from typical talent, is they want to be part of a bigger vision. They really want to believe that their organization is not only committed to what they're doing, but they're committed to something bigger. Now, one quick word, as we began to share these insights with leaders, I got pushback, which concerns me because not that I mind the pushback. I love the debate. I love, the challenge, but we had spent a bunch of money on this, and I had some leaders going, I think it's wrong. I said, we spent a bunch of money on this. How can it be wrong? And they said, well, I provide those things and I can't get top talent. And so we literally were going, okay, what do we do here? We've got credible, successful leaders telling us what we just discovered is not right. And so we started asking questions. And here's what we learned. And this may be your case. You may already be providing better boss, brighter future, and a bigger vision, and yet you're still having trouble attracting top talent. This may be the missing ingredient. You have to tell the story. It's not an attractor unless people know that you offer those things. I asked a leader how he told the story. Some call it an employee value proposition. So how are you telling it? He said, I tell it to every new employee in orientation. I went, okay, that's good, but they're already in the house, right? You've already selected them. So this value proposition didn't attract them. Had another leader tell me that he told about their founder and the work that their founder did 75 years prior. And I said, well, that's a really good story for orientation, but that's not the story that top talent's looking for because they've got a future orientation. Talk to them about the vision, not something that happened 75 years ago. So you've got to tell the story, but you've also got to tell the right story. And so what we've discovered, if an organization will be disciplined and tell the story well, that top talent will line up to work for you.